Good morning. So listen, I'm gonna start this podcast off with the fact that Dolly Parton died. What the heck? I'm not okay with that. I'm that pure genuine legend. So she's been on my radio all morning because every radio station's playing her, and I love it. But I guess when they usually come in three, so weird to say. Aiden Patronini, now Dolly. There's always a third somewhere. I just can't believe Dolly died. Like, what the heck? But anyways, let's get this conversation started. I tell you what, if it rains, when it rains, it pours. It pours, y'all. This past 2 weeks have been crazy. They've been busy. They have been a roller coaster, and not for just me, but my poor mama. And I know she's gonna be like, "Don't talk about me," but needless to say, first it was her car, and then last Thursday, y'all know these storms in Florida have been absolutely terrible. Some wind blew a tree that had already been struck by lightning over and ripped through her back of her camper. The poor thing can't catch a break. But with that comes us being responsible too, like helping her out and getting her homed and all that. And I just know she hates having to do that, but it's what happens when it comes to having kids. But I feel like the poor thing can't catch a break. I stress for her because if it hasn't been one thing, it has been another, and back to back too. So y'all just say a little prayer for my mama because she's going through it. But she'll get through it. We'll get her through it. God will get her through it, and we'll have her back on the right track here soon, hopefully. But I just know, like, if I stress about one thing, I stress about it all. Anxiety, all the above that comes with it. And life has just been life. And everybody thought I was taking a break from my Plexus journey, or I stopped, but I haven't. I just haven't had the time for social media. Besides looking for my mom, or like for a place to, a room to rent or stuff like that, I haven't had time for social media. And it's honestly been nice. Not having the time for social media. But on another note, I know I have responsibilities, so we'll get to them. You know what I think is crazy is the fact that we have these kindergartens, first graders, second graders expected to do work on computers. And I've talked about this before, but my kid loses conduct points because she refuses to do work on a computer. And I don't feel like that should be right. Granted, I understand she can't be refusing to do her work. So that has been a conversation that has been had. But I feel like if they don't want to do it on a computer, the teacher should have another option. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because you can't expect all kids to want to work on a screen all day or half the day, part of the day, whatever the day. Y'all know what I think is funny too. I got some tea for y'all. So, on another note of what life can throw at you. Oh, sorry, y'all heard that. A while back, y'all probably don't even care about this, but I'm gonna tell you, I had a freaking screwdriver. And it wasn't just like it wasn't the plastic part of the screwdriver, it was the long part of a flathead screwdriver in my tire. Somehow, I had ran it over. So I got home and I thought it was a rock because you could only see the tip of it. And so I'm like, oh, there's a rock in my tire or a screw or something. But my husband pulls out a screwdriver flathead. And it was probably as thick around as my finger. So he patches the hole. Well, ever since I've had issues with this tire. So I get up this morning and we're on 9 pounds. My tire is sitting on the ground almost. So now I got to go get a new tire this morning while at work. But, you know, it just be like that sometimes. Thankful for Robert's tire that will save the day and replace it for me. If you know, you know. But I don't know, life has just been so lifey lately, throwing curves every which way it can. And some days it be taking a toll. But some days I just look up and be grateful I'm still alive, and it could be a lot worse. So when I record these podcasts and y'all think I'm complaining, I really ain't. I'm just telling y'all, life be lifing. But we got this. And so, onto my other theory, other stories. My daughter, so I've always been like one of those moms that I'm going to let my daughter do what she wants, as in sports or gymnastics or whatever. So I've always been like, do you want to do something? And usually she tells me no, like she don't want to. But y'all know, I low-key hope, I want her to do stuff, don't get me wrong. But I low-key hope she don't, because I don't want to have to deal with the moms in those sports. Because y'all know, there's specific mom groups. I've been through it, like me and my kid's mom have been through it with cheer, and those cheer moms, especially the Callahan ones. Y'all, girl, them cheer moms are a different level. But we've been through it with them. And so I just know that if she chose to do, like, dance, which she did not, that was her own decision, she wants to do gymnastics instead, I'd have to deal with dance moms. And I ain't trying to be all fake and be y'all's, like, be people's friends that don't want to be my friend, because I'm probably only going to be in this for a little bit of time with my daughter. But y'all sport moms are intense, and they have their cliques. They know it. And so I ain't trying to be caught up in that. And I low-key, every time my daughter asks me about doing something, I'm like, yeah, we can do it. I'm like, dang, then I got to deal with these mom cliques that I don't want to deal with. Though I would love for her to do sports, don't get me wrong. If you don't want to, baby, don't. Because I just don't want to deal with the mom cliques that come with sports. I mean, there's probably dad cliques too, but I know there's mom cliques. I've experienced it firsthand. And so, it's bad to say, but shoot. Me and my friend were talking about doing dance the other day, and she even said, girl, you're going to have to deal with the dance moms. They're something else. And I'm like, oh man, yeah. Well, then luckily my daughter was like, Mama, I don't want to do dance. I want to do gymnastics. Like, that's not something I want to do. And so I'm not going to put money into dance for her to hate it. We're going to find gymnastics, and that's what we did. Like, we're going to do that instead. And so that's just been part of it. But she thankfully made that decision on her own. But I thought it was funny that me and my friend had just talked about the dance moms and the cliques. And here we are. Luckily, my daughter made a smart decision on her behalf. But everybody knows what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's cliques. It's like going back to high school, and you got these cliques like the goths and the preppies and the footballs and cheerleaders. Instead, it's moms. It's all moms. But either way, we ain't dealing with that. We ain't doing that this year. Nope, not this year. And y'all know how bad I am. I planned her birthday a week and a half before her birthday. A week and a half, y'all. My child be childing. And so I've been really debating if I wanted to have her birthday. But I was like, you know what? She only gets so many years that I'm going to be able to have her party. So we're going to have it this year. And she woke up this morning feeling ruthless. And she talking about, Mama, I don't want to wear this outfit. And I was like, okay, well, just change. Well, I don't want to wear, we have an argument about what we're wearing every day. And because I wear pants to work, she thinks she's supposed to wear pants, but then she's going to be hot and all the above. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Well, then she want to be a smart ass. So I'm like, all right, remember your birthday's on the line. Homegirl looks at me and tells me, I don't care. I'm like, oh, little girl, it took all my might to plan you a birthday, and now you don't care? Okay. Okay, girl. Because you don't care when you ain't got a birthday again this year. Because dang sure got it taken away last year, too. Try again. But I'm trying not to be that mom. I'm trying to celebrate her because I know there's so many years that she's not gonna. There are gonna be years she ain't gonna want it no more. So we're gonna celebrate while we can. I have another friend. Me and her been talking back and forth, and she be dealing with a bitter. She bitter. She is bitter. I'm just gonna say it, and she bitter. Petty behind stepmother to her kids, and it ain't towards the kids. It's towards her. And I promise you, this girl don't want nothing to do with that man. She got a good one. She don't want nothing to do with that man. But because she ain't her, God, this girl is so petty and bitter. And she'd be doing the dumbest crap and sharing the dumbest crap when she got these kids on Facebook and TikTok. And like, my girl ain't ever been one to be spiteful about the holidays or when her kids are at their dad's. Like, yeah, she talks to them, and if they want to come home, she'll let them. But she ain't ever been like that to have to deal with what she deals with this girl now. And I would name names, but this girl just need to grow the hell up. Like, she don't want your man. And she, like, to put the kids into it and being petty about that, shit, you really need to grow up before you get your ass handed to you. Not really, but I'm just saying, like, my girl is being so much more tougher than she really could be, and she's being a better person. But it only takes so much, and then she got to put her foot down because it's now you involving the kids in your petty drama and share and post and stuff. Like, why y'all gonna be like that? She don't want your man. Get it through your head. Heifer. Anyway, trying to think what else I've been messaged this week or we've been talking about. I don't even know. I know that I just know life has been lifing, y'all. And I'm gonna say it again. Life has been lifing. And I just lay down in bed at night and pray. Because what else can we do? Just give it to God. And it may be rough few days, long days, whatever. I'm gonna give it to God. And I'm gonna drive to work and I'm gonna vent to y'all. And I'm gonna talk about my shit, but I'm still gonna give it to God at the end of the day. And that's just what we gotta do sometimes, you know? It's what we gotta do. I will say, this morning, we was on the way to school, and this big old RV comes driving beside us. Well, then he decides he's gonna get over on top of me, so I honk my horn. We're on US 1 now, y'all. So I honk my horn, I'm like, what the heck, dude? And so he jerks back over. Well, then he starts getting over again as he gets a little bit ahead of me. Not much, probably not even a car length. And he rides in the middle of the highway. The middle, for like a mile, and then finally gets over. Well, then we get to the next red light, and here he comes, po-dunking around right in front of a semi, and I'm watching him in my rearview mirror. I'm like, Lord, this man about to get out of this RV is what he needs to do, because he's about to cause a wreck. Jumped right over in front of the semi, and I heard the semi Jake brake, like he had to. And I'm like, dear Lord, this man. Well, here he comes, putt-putting through Callahan 90 miles an hour. I was hoping some Callahan cop would get him. You know what? They weren't nowhere to be found this morning when that man went through Callahan at probably a good 50 miles an hour. And you know, any other time that little motorcycle cop be out there, he ain't playing with you. Hey, y'all know, JSO, they got these cops that do the YouTubes. And this is so random, but I'm going to tell y'all anyway. They have the cops that do the YouTubes, and we have one that she works US 1, and I see her on YouTube all the time, and I see her in the mornings. I just want to hawk and wave. I'm like your fangirl. Hey. I know that's so random, but I do. All I got to say is, at the end of the day, I'll be on here venting and talking and whatever to y'all, and my friends be messaging me some different stuff to talk about. But we all have our issues. We all have things we don't talk about. We all have our own mom crews that we have, and our girls that we trust, and our girls that we don't trust. and different levels of friendships with people. But at the end of the day, I want to hear from y'all. I want y'all to vent. Give me some stuff to talk about more than just myself, because, I like to talk about everything. I like to sit here. Listen, y'all, it's a good thing my windows are dark, because in the mornings I'll be pulling up next to people, and some people look like they just tired of rolling out of bed. And I just be peeping these people. Some of them be jamming in their car in the morning, getting themselves going, beating to the steering wheel. Some be like this one behind me. She doing her makeup in the mirror on the way to work. But this one beside me, he looked like he just literally rolled out of bed, and he's just got to go to work, and he's hating life. That's probably true. But then we got every morning I be peeping people, and I follow a few, or a few follow me to work that I don't particularly love, and I would love to brake check people sometimes too, because they be getting on my nerves. But y'all know what I hate is when somebody gets in front of me and we in a fast lane and you got to go slow. And I'm just trying to get to work by 8 o'clock. So stop looking down at your phone like this man in front of me is doing and drive. That's point blank. Yes, I paused because I just lost my train of thought, y'all. But period. I just be looking at people all the time, and they probably see me doing things too, but they can't see in my car, so I'm okay with that. But I be peeping people all the time and wondering. I just wish I could read people's minds sometimes. How's your day going to start? This man riding to work with his windows down. He getting ready for the day, or he don't have no AC. And I should have jumped over, so I ain't got to catch this red light. But it just changed. But anyway, he getting ready for the day, and he thinks he about to hop back over in front of me because I see him looking in his rearview mirror, but he ain't. I'm about to speed up. Oh, I guess that Dodge didn't have a blinker. Lord. All right, y'all. I hope everyone has a great Wednesday. We're back at Wednesday, or remember, we're starting Wednesdays as our drop days. I hope everyone has a great day, though. Let the drama. Let life. Give it to God at the end of the day and move on. That's all you can do, babies. Be nice to your baby mamas. Be nice to your stepmamas or your step girlfriends that have stepped into those places and loved your babies just as much as you could. And take care of the ones that are being petty and bitter and drama. Like, don't deal with that. No, ma'am. All right. Bye, y'all.